Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a god-awful rack. Wondering about just playing WUD. The rack leave pretty awful, but maybe just slightly better than changing ever so slightly. Okay, I do draw a couple of vowels, which is a massive relief. Just wondering if I have a compound word. I have whom on the rack. Opponent taking some time with the first move. Goes with you there. Now I have an A for playing in front of the U there. Or I just have who next to the Y. I think I have Hom there for 26. Maybe just who here for 23. I prefer keeping the M rather than the W. Okay, a little bit closer to bingo territory here. Opponent struggling with the vowel shortage perhaps. I don't think there's a bingo here, but just looking at the U to play through. No, not seeing anything. So what about Vom? Sorts the rack out. Not a good pickup. I duplicate 2 tiles on the rack. Looking at words ending in IC. Opponent bingos and takes the lead. Niacin is good. I draw the J and the Q and the Z all in one pickup. Niacin takes an S, so Zitz would be an option if opponent doesn't snap the spot up. Looking at ways to dump the Q as quickly as possible. 31 with a undesirable rack leave. Chi and Chi, I guess. 28. But I think Zitz probably, opponent has changed. I'm going with Zitz for 48. I got Chi and Cat at a minimum for 29. Now I could hang on to the queue if that spot is taken. I do also have chin here. Pity I don't have an R for kindar. The reason I say I could hang on to the queue is because I do have the I on the rack, so it wouldn't be as dangerous. Now opponents played cup. Kibler through an L, no L. I think I'll go ahead and play that's both scores are 29, but I think better to play it here just to limit what opponent can do through the I. Yeah, I'll go with 29. Oh, I've played chit instead of cat. I was looking at it as chin, so I'll go with that one. Yeah, and there's one more A than I to come, so better to play the A. Right, I draw 2 O's. That was unexpected. Joy at the top. Sorts the rack out somewhat. Opponent bingos, so I'm behind again. Now I do have just looking at a play through the J. But I think Joe looks okay for 55. Slender lead again, but not by much. A CH play would be quite damaging. If opponent doesn't take that space, I've got chord. Corb. Nothing for going at the end of ED. H would be handy now. Play of BOH. Okay, opponent has taken that spot, and I'm limited in that I've got Jambu as well. But what about a CU play? Jambu, I quite like that. It gets rid of the 2 worst tiles on the rack. 32. Don't draw particularly well. Fjord is the one that jumps out at me. F-I-O-R-D. H plays here quite nicely. Yeah, just not seeing many great scoring spots on the board with these tiles. Now Joe takes an S in front, so words ending in SC. I think lentisk might be good. Or is it ISK? I think both might be good. Opponent's gone with Gleed. Now, what I wonder about Frig. A bit vowel heavy. So maybe not the best option, but I think I will go with it. Frig. Now, this is a little closer to bingo territory. So, dato. I have the OID ending, the oid. Opponent bingos again. Drupia with the second blank and takes the lead. Asteroid, not quite. What are the options? The R. Does the R assist? Try. No, not seeing anything. What about the O? Okay, what about odd? Or what about oat? Parallel. $30, I'm going with this. Gotta keep scoring. Terrible pickup. Million miles. Well, I wouldn't say a million miles from a bingo, but pretty far. And I'm not going to score well on the next turn. So the game definitely going in opponent's favour. Yep, scores 24 again there. So not sure what else to do here. Frig Peter maybe, or yeah, just not sure. Paid maybe. Wow, just not seeing anything. Okay, what about Y? Creates a bingo lane. I know it creates a hotspot as well, but Desperate times call for desperate measures. What have we got here? Don't think I can see a bingo here. D. Interesting. Cannot see a bingo here. Die state? No. Astatide through an A. Maybe just tay. Yeah. 12, it takes the S. What's happening here? Ideates. That plays here. Wayne. I don't know if Wayne takes an E. No, it doesn't. That's okay. It plays here. Now, whole bunch of vowels. That was unfortunate. No great F spots either at first glance. Soul is good, and toga, so AE ending words. Fray I don't think is good. Fray. Fay is good. Fairy. Aerify. Fear, but it'll probably be taken that spot. Oh, free plays here. Opponents played. Okay, I'm going to play fear. 33. Opponents got an X play, no doubt. Is there a play? Well, I don't know if there is a play through. Opponent has to get rid of the V and the X. But I don't see a great spot to score with these tiles. Toge and Sol, or Sol and P. Let's try to create a spot for herself here. 10. 2 points between us. Opponent can get. Okay, I've got a minute now. So I get 8 on count back. All I have to score is 3 to win. Can I score 3? Is that right? 3 to draw, 4 to win. So I've got 3 there. Wow, look how close this end game is. Jip. Wow, that did it. What a close finish. Thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed there. Wow, how close was that at the end? So Wad came down, that is best for 14. Very low equity, but still better than changing. U for 13, opponent gets the top score there. Now Whammo for 31 was best at K3. Whammo, okay. That's one way of getting rid of 3 clunky consonants. I went with Who, which was a close second. Better Rackleaf, much better. And didn't give as many floaters to opponent. Now Rye comes down for 19. Toyman for 37 would have been nice. Look at that. Parallel play. Toyman. I'd be very happy with the 37-point play from this rack on that board. I went with Vom. Now, beautiful rack here. Tearing. I wonder if... Yeah, I wonder. Watering. Now, if I played Vom above... no, there would have still been Ingrate and OWE, so it didn't matter where I played it. Now I had this rack and I'm thinking how to unduplicate both sets and get a decent score. And as you can see, there's just nothing fantastic on offer, so I went with Niacin for 16 just to clear the whole rack out. Opponent could have actually used the S, Ionics for 20, that would, or Iconized through the N, but I like Ionics, that sorts the I problem out. Opponent goes with an exchange which gives me the 48-point play at the bottom. That looks okay. Now opponent's very close to a bingo here, but nothing on offer. Goes with Cup. And now I've got Cat for 29, Niqab. Now I'm not leaving a B floating in the trip lane to give back an easy 30 to 40 points to opponent. So I went with Cat, which was a bit safer. Now a beautiful rack here for opponent, a million bingos to choose from. Goes with Candies. And then Joe for 55. But interestingly enough, Analyzer likes the idea of hanging on to that E. But, yeah, I don't know. Because if I just play J-O, then opponent can get extra value from the J by playing through the D with their E. So, I don't know. It's much of a muchness, probably. Kogi, Doji, Goey. Yeah, nothing fantastic. But Kogi does look nice, actually. Opponent went with me. So Jambu is best from this rack, getting rid of that B and U combo, which is awful. Eloined through an N. Opponent had a 44-point play there, quite nice, from 15A across, because Jambu takes an L. Look at that. Glode, Glide, Eloge, Gleed. So opponent played Gleed, but up there rather than at the bottom. Frig for 24. Yeah, Frig would have... I think that's fine, actually. Yeah. Now, another beautiful rack for opponent. Provider, Drupia, Periods, Dipteroi onto the I. So there were a few. And opponent goes with Drupia. Now I've got this rack, which is close, but It kind of needs floaters to play through. Tsadi for 41 is huge. 15, pluralizing jambu. Tsadi, I like that. Hebrew letter, maybe, of the alphabet. And Cohen. It's another Hebrew sounding word. Where was that? 48C2. Cohen. Wow, very nice. But opponent and hooky onto the Y for 45. Hooky there, but exposing the trip. Opponent goes with ooh. Now, no great scores on offer here, as you can see, but Y fairly high up there in terms of equity because of the leave. And yeah, I mean, I didn't want to wreck the rack. I had to give myself a chance at bingoing. So I thought Y was, yeah, it gave comeback plays, but it also provided an opening on a pretty closed board. Because apart from frig with the S hook, I'm looking at 9-letter plays, or again a S hook for tearing. And opponents now struggling a little bit with a vowel shortage. Nell for 29, Glenn for 26, seems okay. And no bingo here, very close though. Tayed for 28. Would have still been about 30, 33, 34 behind. Looks so. I went with Tay to create the opening. Blank for 49 was huge, but it also gave me the ideate spot for 83. And now it's down to the end game, and opponent's got a 15-point lead, but an inflexible rack. So Ox for 36 was best at 03. Ah, there. And it's pretty safe as well. There are no 4-letter words that I can play ending in OX. So that would have been safe, and it takes out a hotspot, so that might have been crucial. Opponent goes with Chin. Now Fear for 33, but I wasn't going to go out in 2. I think I never was going to go out in 2, so I just wanted to maximize the score, which I did. Now, X-Doll for 14. This is interesting because if opponent can go out with RV on the next play. Oh, Perv. P-E-R-V. Unless I block that, which I actually would have blocked. So, was there another outplay apart from Perv with RV? Because X-Doll, X-Doll gives opponent 14. So a little bit of a cushion, 439. 439, interesting. And then if opponent goes out first, they win. Because I'm not going out with EEI. So X-Doll, then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. But then opponent goes out with... Oh no, opponent doesn't go out. Yeah, these end games are always interesting. Like, could a win be established? Was there a better option? Should opponent have played? Yeah, maybe the inflexibility of the rack just meant opponent couldn't win from that point. But anyway, it went the way it did. Petrol, and then blanky. Could have put an IE at the end of blank over there, but went with E for the reason of blocking the Vox play, and because that would have won opponent the game. So I blocked Vox and I got 10. So now opponent's 2 ahead. What was the most they could get? Rex. And then stuck with a V. So yeah, I think opponent had to get rid of the V or the X earlier on to secure a chance of winning. Soli and it for 10 would have been better, but I got the win with Jip. So that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.